Hi, in this video I'm going to mess around with projection painting. As you can see on the screen, I have a new download. The folks at Blender Central have decided that they're going to once again allow us to download regular builds. So this is December 2nd of 2018. So for projection painting, let's see, do I have screencast on there? Turn on screencast. And for projection painting, you need a handful of UV maps. You need one for each of the, one for the main to do the main unwrap, and then one for each of the images that you want to project on there. So I'm just hitting the tab key to go from one to the next. All right, and to name them, because we're going to use that naming to help us remember. So I've installed the official Pi menus here. So if you hit the tab key, wait a minute, let's go back and pick that one. So if you hit the tab key, the Pi menu shows up. And you can do is you can use your select key to pick one of the items you want, which correspond, of course, to those options down here. Or you can press the number that's shown there, or you can just flick it. So let's get out of there, and I'm going to do a tab and right flick, and that was the equivalent of going into edit mode. So you can see tab left click gets object, right click gets the thing. So it works really fast. Once you get used to it, you can change the mode. Alright, so we need to go into edge select mode and select our edges so that we can do the mark seam. And there we go. Okay. In the previous 2.79b and many releases back, if you hit Control E, you would see mark seam and unmarked seam, mark sharp, unmarked sharp would be in this Control E option, but they're no longer there. They moved them over to this guy. And here they are, mark seam. So now if we unselect, we see our red seams have been selected. Now let's go over to the UV editing entry, and we need to be in face mode, select all faces, and do an unwrap of the whole shebang. Oh, critical, this needs to say UV map there also when you do that. And we need to give it something to unwrap onto. UV texture. And there we go. Alright, now we can do the individual UV unwraps of the different faces. And I'm going to use this entry here as the script so I know which ones to do. So we're going to do a back side. Excuse me. So we select the back face. Probably would be helpful to be in ortho mode. Okay, and we do an unwrap, project from view bounds. And now I'm going to do is, these would be the images that you took of the real life object that you wanted to project onto it. And I could go through and do some scaling and move the UV lines around and get them centered and all that, but we're gonna, just for this demo, we're not gonna mess with that, just to get the process done. So go to bottom, select it, unwrap it, open, bottom. Okay, you can see it pulls it up there, and then I'm just hit the enter key and it picks it. Front, 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 oops, front, 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 left, left. Getting there, just about done here, right, with that part of the process. These images, I just used GIMP to create them. Something simple to just to serve as demonstration purposes. Okay, go to there, and then we're going to do this tab, and the bottom, press it down. Okay, I'll do it slower so you can see there's texture paint. So I just did tab and drag it down the bottom corner, and now we're in texture paint mode. And we want to go to slots, image. We need to create a canvas image. We'll give it a creative name, canvas image. And then we need to make sure that this says the global map on this tab here. If you don't, it's not going to work. All right, we go to Tools, pick the Clone brush, and click Clone from Image. And again, now we have our little scripted thingy, so we're going to go from the image to the UV map. Pick the same name, bump the strength up to 1. And now we pick the back side. Well, somehow we got into perspective again. Let's go to ortho. And let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm hitting the right bracket it says. And there's the back. And that's enough. We don't need to mess with it. Okay, bottom, 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 bottom. I'm just ripping through this. Front, 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 left, left, left. Okay, let's do the whole thing here. Left, right, right, right. I kind of like this one with the haze in the background there with the black border around it. Right, top. Don't know why. Top, top, top. Okay, now we're done with our texture painting. Now let's go into object mode. And we'll go over here and pick a new texture. So canvas image. And now we want to bake it. So if we don't bake it, oh, before we bake it, let's do this. Let's add some more lights. Shift D, create another one over here. Select both of them. Shift D, the top view. Rotate them. GZ. There, our cube is lit from all sides now. Select the cube, go to bake. We only want the textures baked. And if you watch up there, you'll see if I have any success, it'll do the bake. And if it doesn't work, it'll say error. Done. Okay. Now if I hit Shift Z, I can go into the rendered mode right there, and you can see that the object is fully baked all sides, and we can actually see it in rendered mode. How about that? Okay, so now if you were going to want to upload this to Second Life, you need to do is go over here to the UV texture set right there and save that guy. Save as image. And then upload the mesh to Second Life with an export. And I'll make a comment here. One of my viewers asked about including the textures with the mesh at the same time that you do the upload, and I used to be able to get it to work, and I can't get it to work at all. I've played around, so I found a blend file, and I'll put a link to it, that someone else did, and when I use that one and do an upload to Second Life and say in the upload options to say include textures, it worked fine. It included the textures, and it would actually go out and create a new folder and put the texture in that new folder, upload the mesh, and the mesh had the texture applied to it. I haven't figured out how it works. I do know that I played around with all of these options in the export colada options here, and it doesn't seem to have anything to do with, well, I tried this option and I tried picking this one and messed around with this. This thing here, all it does is it takes, at the time you do the export, it also takes that texture and creates a file, stores it in probably this folder here. So I'll keep fooling around, see if I can't figure out what it is that needs to be done to do that. It certainly isn't the bake option, because as we saw, we just baked it and it worked just fine. So if I find out how it works, maybe I'll put out a short, quick video to explain it. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and be nice if you clicked like and subscribe. Catch you next time. Bye.